Queen Victoria, the tiny queen who ruled the world. Did you know that one of history's most influential monarchs stood just 4 feet 11 inches tall? Queen Victoria may have been small in stature, but her legacy looms large over not only Britain, but the entire globe. During her extraordinary 63-year reign, she shaped an era so transformative that we know it today as the Victorian era. How did a teenage queen become a symbol of progress, imperial power, and resilience, despite personal tragedies and political challenges? In this video, we'll take a journey back in time to uncover the life of the tiny queen who ruled the world. Hold on tight, because this story is about to dive into power, love, loss, and history-shaping decisions. Born on May 24, 1819, at Kensington Palace, Alexandrina Victoria started life far from the throne. Although her father, Prince Edward, was a son of King George III, Victoria was fifth in line for the crown. But her path to power accelerated quickly due to a series of untimely deaths among her relatives, eventually leaving her the heir presumptive. Victoria had a strict and often lonely upbringing under the Kensington system, designed by her overly controlling mother, the Duchess of Kent, and her advisor, Sir John Conroy. Enforced isolation from other children, constant supervision, and rigid routines defined her early years. Yet, this limited freedom cultivated a strong, defiant streak within Victoria. At the tender age of 11, she realized she would likely inherit the throne. Her response? "I will be good." This simple yet profound declaration set the tone for the queen she would become: disciplined, resolute, and committed. In June 1837, tragedy struck. Her uncle, King William IV, passed away, leaving the throne to Victoria. At just 18 years old, she became Queen of the United Kingdom. Imagine the pressure: a sheltered teenager thrust overnight into the world's most powerful position. Yet, Victoria embraced the role with determination. Her coronation was a dazzling affair, signaling Britain's hope for a fresh chapter. However, the young queen faced immediate challenges. Politically inexperienced and advised by conflicting figures, Victoria often struggled to navigate the treacherous waters of court politics. The bedchamber crisis, a standoff between the queen and her prime minister over her ladies-in-waiting, demonstrated her fiery independence and set the stage for her evolving leadership style. But Victoria's journey had only just begun. Victoria's personal life took a dramatic turn in 1840 when she married her first cousin, Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha. Unlike many royal matches of the time, theirs was a genuine love story. Though their relationship began with a politically motivated introduction, it blossomed into a deep partnership based on mutual respect and affection. Albert became more than Victoria's husband. He was her most trusted advisor. Together, they modernized the monarchy, presenting it as a moral, family-centric institution. This image resonated across Britain, inspiring loyalty and admiration among the public. Their partnership extended to raising 9 children, who would marry into royal households across Europe, earning Victoria the nickname Grandmother of Europe. But their idyll was not without challenges. Victoria could be temperamental, while Albert was reserved and intellectual. Yet, they complemented each other beautifully, creating a model for modern monarchy. Victoria's world came crashing down in 1861 when Albert died of typhoid fever, leaving her devastated. His death plunged the queen into a deep period of mourning. She wore black for the rest of her life, a powerful visual symbol of her grief. For years, Victoria retreated from public life, earning criticism from politicians and the press. However, her devotion to Albert's memory and her resilience in the face of loss gradually won back public affection. Eventually, she regained her role as a visible and stabilizing force, proving that even in heartbreak, she was a queen first and foremost. Victoria's reign coincided with a period of extraordinary change in Britain and the world. Under her rule, the Industrial Revolution transformed society, introducing innovations like the steam engine, railways, and photography. Britain evolved from a primarily agrarian society into a global industrial power. Meanwhile, the British Empire expanded to its zenith, becoming the largest empire in history. By the end of Victoria's reign, her empire encompassed nearly a quarter of the world's population, earning her the title Empress of India in 1876. Though often presented as a source of pride, imperialism also brought exploitation and conflict, a complicated legacy that continues to spark debate today. The Victorian era wasn't just marked by political and economic power, it was also an age of cultural and scientific progress. Writers like Charles Dickens and the Bronte sisters flourished, while Charles Darwin's theory of evolution challenged traditional beliefs. Victoria's role in presiding over and symbolizing this era linked her monarchy irrevocably to Britain's success and innovation. Despite being a constitutional monarch with limited political power, Victoria wielded significant influence as a head of state. She worked closely with several prime ministers, including the charismatic Benjamin Disraeli, who famously flattered the Queen and strengthened her interest in imperial affairs. Her leadership wasn't always marked by popularity. Early on, Victoria's hot temper and personal biases, such as her initial disdain for Irish matters, made her the target of criticism. However, over time, she adapted to her role, using her position as a unifying symbol for the nation. Victoria's leadership style also revealed her human side. She was known for her witty sense of humor and her stubbornness in sticking to her beliefs. For example, she once adamantly refused to believe women could faint from wearing corsets too tight, stating that if their waists were properly proportioned, there would be no issue. Victoria's life was anything but dull. Her boldness manifested early on when she famously proposed to Albert, breaking royal tradition. She adored the Scottish Highlands and spent long vacations at Balmoral Castle, where she felt free from the rigid formality of court life. Her love for bagpipes was as strong as her disdain for smoking. She once banned tobacco from Buckingham Palace altogether. Of course, no monarch escapes intrigue. Amid her widowhood, rumors swirled about her relationship with her Scottish servant John Brown. While there was no evidence of a romantic connection, their unusually close friendship earned the Queen criticism, and even the nickname Mrs. Brown. It's a reminder that even queens couldn't escape public scrutiny. When Queen Victoria passed away on January 22, 1901, at the age of 81, she had reigned for 63 years and 7 months, the longest in British history until Queen Elizabeth II. Her death marked the end of an era and the transition to the Edwardian era. Victoria left behind a legacy that shaped not just Britain, but the entire world. She symbolized stability during a time of rapid change and modernization. Her reign helped redefine monarchy, moving it from an absolute institution to a constitutional one that thrived on public relations and tradition. Through her descendants, she became the grandmother of European royalty, with many of today's royal families tracing their lineage back to her. However, her legacy is not without complexities. The British Empire's expansion brought significant advancements, but also left lasting scars on many colonized people. Queen Victoria's life was a testament to the idea that stature doesn't determine strength. From a young queen who embraced her daunting role to a mourning widow who found the courage to lead again, she proved that resilience and adaptability are the hallmarks of true leadership. Her era and achievements continue to fascinate us, reminding us of the powerful interplay between personal character and global change. So, as we reflect on Queen Victoria's life, let us remember that history's greatest figures sometimes come in the smallest packages. What part of Queen Victoria's story fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more captivating stories from history.